a vision and a mission to give luxury to each one of us. Ladies and gentlemen, the real star, Mr. Vishal Ratan Gaira on the stage. Can you please applaud once again? Make some noise for the real man. The designer's hour. We of course have each one of you with us. Everybody. So before we dive into the panel discussion, of course, we have Nishka ma'am, Vishal sir, along with Suzanne for a picture perfect moment. Requesting Gurminder sir, Imran sir, if you're here, please join us. Requesting Neha ma'am to please join Gurminder sir as well for a picture perfect moment here with Suzanne Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, the true icon, the mastermind behind Platinum Stella. I'm so delighted to meet you, and you look so stunning, Suzanne. Family of Platinum Corp, and we are so delighted to have her as a part. Suzanne Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, absolutely, as you are already here, ladies and gentlemen. Exactly the design of design language you will experience here at Platinum Stella. And the 3 stars have already begun. They are here. Suzanne, I would request you to please take the center chair. The true reflection and the real star behind Platinum Stella is sitting in the center of very own and the super gorgeous, stunning Suzanne. Ladies and gentlemen, and the real hero, the real... And of course, somebody who's going to be moderating this session, ladies and gentlemen, who of course do not need any introduction, quite viral on Instagram or any other social media that you all can think of, who breathes social media and real estate, of course, quite known in the industry and also is a founder of an edtech firm related to real estate. Here we have Mayank Agarwal. Round of applause, everybody, come on. And I think it's time that I hand it over to Mayank to take it from here. Thank you again.
Thank you everyone for coming, and this is going to be a beautiful evening. I'm super excited to be sharing the stage with the ever so graceful and elegant Suzanne Khan, right? And Mr. Vishal Ratan Gaira as well, who's not only a friend but a mentor in the industry. All right. So very good evening, everyone, and welcome to the grand unveiling of Platinum Stella, a project that brings together design, development, vision, and a deep understanding of luxury living in the heart of Mumbai's most coveted neighborhood. All right, and today we have 2 special forces that are going to make this possible. So first, Suzanne Khan. She's not only a celebrity designer, but also a conceptual luxury designer who brings together emotion and experience and not just the aesthetics, right? So super, excited to get into your mind to understand how you designed Stella. Sure. And then we have Vishal Ratan Gaira, who's an architect turned developer, and he understands the finer nuances of not only architecture and design, but also construction, development, and most importantly, delivering a project, right? So let's get going. Uh, Suzanne, you come from a family of many, many creative and artistic people, right? You've always grown up around people who are artistic, creative. How has that shaped your design, narrative overall? How has that shaped you as a designer?
Very interesting question, I must say. And firstly, thank you for the warm welcome and the beautiful introduction. I'm very honored to be here. When Vishal and Nishta first came to me and we spoke about this project, I think I just have to say before I start off, it almost felt like I was conversing with two very passionate, intelligent minds, and having architects also as developers is a very rare thing,
Right.
So when I was chatting with them, I could understand that there was this very beautiful synergy between us, and it took us a lot of passion, and we still have just we've finished the design story, but we have to start the execution story. So I'm really excited about this project, and I think it's going to be one of its kind.
Awesome.
Yeah.
As we all are.
Yeah. And coming back to your question, I have to say that I have been born in a very, a creative family. My father, Mr. Sanjay Khan, my mother, Mrs. Zareen Khan. I think that both of them were extremely, my mom is no more, but she's always with me. She's my guiding angel. She has always taught me, and so has my father, to always, think. Do not be, confined to your thoughts when you create something, and to completely think out of the box or out of your, your capacity. And I think that growing up with two really strong individuals who were so, who let my mind be so free and so comfortable, allowed me to, have those dreams that a young girl would have. And I think that at a very young age, I knew I wanted to do design, because we used to get those magazines. In those days, used to come from the US Architectural Digest and all used to come, and I used to look at these magazines and always wonder that, I want to one day be in that. I want to be in this field and create homes. So I think that the entire, seed of the way, my home was, the way the table was set, the way the people were treated when they came, guests, I think all of that came to say that these were very warm, homely people. We didn't have so much at that time, but whatever they did have, they used to really make their guest feel very special and create a very great atmosphere for that person who came home, So I think that all automatically set in all of us. And yeah, so that's where the seed began.
That's such an interesting take of hospitality, integrating with design, right? Vishal, my question to you is, when you first picked this project up, right, Platinum Stellar, what was going on in your mind in regards to the vision, and how did you conceptualize it?
So Mayank, I have grown up and spent most of my years in between Santa Cruz and Khar. So I understand this area like really well. I realized that this particular area, the Bandra Khar Santa Cruz belt, of late in the last 10-15 years has been doing a lot of luxury projects. The expectations of the customers and the home buyers here has changed. But unfortunately, the buildings that are being constructed here are still, following a very stereotypical approach to luxury. We decided that we want to, when we say luxury, what we really mean is that you are not just buying something which is large and expensive. What it should do is it should just become a part of your lifestyle. It should be an extension of your lifestyle. you shouldn't really have to change your lifestyle to be able to live in a house, but the house should be able to, adapt to your lifestyle. That was going on in our mind, and we wanted to keep this project low density because it's in a very, very, tranquil neighborhood. We wanted the customers, the home buyers, to experience good views all around. So we had some very specific architectural thoughts when we took up this project. And and that's the reason why we brought in Suzanne, because I think more over and above what we really wanted to do as builders, what we really wanted is a very strong design voice, someone who can also tell us where we are going wrong. And Suzanne, really has done that a lot of times. We just didn't need a design consultant. We need somebody with a voice. And she's got an excellent ability to, go beyond aesthetics. She knows exactly how to make a space feel beyond it, making it just look good. She knows how a space should feel apart from making it look good. So that's the reason why this project and why Suzanne.
Thank you so much. That's really, really a beautiful compliment. I must add to what Vishal is saying, is that the start and the journey that we had, kind of adapted to. We started off in a particular way, and then we kept adding, and we kept adding. And we realized that what we were adding was only going to be beneficial for this community that was going to live here. And we all were like-minded in our thoughts, so that's what really kind of gelled, and that gave me the support to kind of think more. And so I think that's, now you can carry on and ask your questions.
So I think you're a great team, right? And speaking of luxury, right? Vishal spoke of luxury, and obviously luxury can be interpreted in various ways, right? It often is subjective. What is your idea of luxury, Suzanne?
So, honestly, Mayank, I think that luxury is not always only what you see. And it is what you feel when you walk into that space.
Right.
It is almost how the air feels, how fresh the air feels, how clean and pure the touch feels of what you touch, or how what exactly does the vibe of that zone make you kind of incorporate into what you're doing. So I think that luxury now is it's a word that should be used more towards the feeling and the emotion that it brings to you, rather than just the expensive materials that you use, to what you can just use. But it's what the person actually feels when they walk into that space. So a luxurious space almost is like an emotion to me.
Right.
Yeah.
Very interesting take.
Yeah.
Now, Suzanne, this project draws inspiration from, it has neoclassical and Art Deco influences, right? How do you integrate that into modern living, and how did you come up with that sort of design narrative?
So Stella is the name we picked because I felt that Stella is out of the ordinary. It's almost extraordinary, and it's something which stays amongst in the stars. So when we picked this name, we wanted the world of the person who kind of wants to buy into this property to feel extremely extraordinary, and at the same time a bit of classic, a classic feeling of something that we know and we feel happy about. So we went back into time, and we went into the Art Deco time period of design and architecture, and I picked up on certain very strong elements of the Art Deco time and period, which we used to have maybe in the 50s and the 60s, or maybe even in the 30s in New York, or even in Mumbai, in old Bombay, earlier colonial Bombay, in Paris. So we picked up on these elements that we know that the people who have traveled and who have experienced, a life, they will be very comfortable with this kind of luxury, like this kind of design. But we brought that into the modern 2026. So we took that world of 1950s and the whole Art Deco vibe, and we brought it into this, this genre of 2026, and we imbibed that into the modernness of the way the material picking, what we picked for the material, how we picked the metal, what are the doors like when you walk in, what are the designs on the ceiling, what is the what is the flooring pattern, what are the pieces of furniture, what is the lighting. So I think that overall there's also a philosophy for the building that it's very interesting, because there are these stories that again in the past, in the 1950s, that so there are these coins that we have kind of taken inspiration from, which we've created to the teachings of life, like what would a family or a feeling, what is a feeling of wholesomeness from a family. So that would be like, something to be truthful, something to be extremely whenever you think of excellence. So we took these certain elements, these 5 different teachings, and we built our whole story around that. So it's very interesting. Right now you can't understand, but when you see the design, slowly it will unfold. But it's like almost as if when you enter the banquet of the property, or if you enter the gym of the property, or you enter, say, the terrace, you will get those, those 1 or 2 of those 5 different stories and philosophies will be imbibed in you. Right. So it almost is like the design is interwoven into the thought. And it's not just a good-looking piece of furniture, but it has a story behind it, So, yeah.
Story, emotion, and I think you've made it timeless also, bringing back the 1950s. Yes. You speak so much about emotion, right? What would you want a person to feel, not just a potential buyer, but it's just like a person to feel when they walk in to the lobby of Stellar?
I think that a person who walks into the lobby of Stella will feel Stella themselves. They will feel absolutely unique. They will suddenly feel like almost as if there's some ting of magic, because we are not going to, leave any stone unturned for the materials, for the fabrics, for everything we do in that space will be quiet luxury. It won't be loud and garish, it'll be quiet luxury, but it will definitely make the person feel extremely like enveloped, And I think that emotion, as I say, is what every person wants to feel when they come home. How much ever, even like however expensive or beautiful your home may be, if it doesn't make you feel enveloped or warm, that is something that is also a very big challenge to do as a designer, when you for a particular project. So this is where we took into consideration aspects of every element to all come together and make you feel that. Yeah.
Lovely. Vishal, how would you want yours, potential home buyers or anyone entering the lobby, any resident entering the lobby of Stellar to feel?
So I think adding to what Suzanne has just said, whether it is the lobby or the other common areas like the gymnasium, the terrace, she's designed a beautiful terrace, with a lot of different zones where you can relax, or you can call people over and host a small soiree. All these areas that she's designing and we are going to build together, what we really want to do is we want to give the feeling of all these areas to become like an extension of one's home. Right from the driveway to the lobby to the lift. We've had a long discussion on how the lift should be, how the lift door should be, how each and every floor level ka lobby should be, the minutest details, the handles, the glass, everything. So what we really want is that all these common spaces, we are going to give as much attention, if not more, to what one would give to their private spaces. So that's exactly the concept and the thought process behind doing all this, is that all the common areas should just simply become extension of your home.
Yeah, exactly. So like the person when they enter the gate, they almost feel like the entire building is theirs. It's not like you have to go to your apartment to feel like it's yours, but you feel a sense of belonging to this community, which is a very special community.
So it begins from the gate itself of the project. Suzanne, you spoke a lot about, so if someone were to walk into a place designed by you, right, is there a particular design detail where a person could tell that, okay, this space has been designed by Suzanne, because you spoke a lot about quiet luxury. Like, is a space that's designed by you almost like an extension of your own personality?
Mayank, honestly, I think that I am such a wide student of design and architecture from a very young age that I cannot constrict myself to be known as a type. So I keep changing. I keep adapting to make that particular project in a certain special way. And I definitely feel that there is so much of history of art and design and architecture in the world that if a person who's a student of that subject can actually pick parts of various different stories that they would like to tell and then tell it in a different way. So I would like to say that yes, quiet luxury is something that I like right now, and I definitely feel that I try to imbibe that into certain aspects. But we are doing multiple projects even with Vishal, and both of them are very different to each other. So just to say that it's very important that as a designer and as a designer who wants to be more than just just somebody who is just delivering for the sake of it, you need to keep evolving with what your story is and how much goes under your umbrella of design. It should not be like, oh, I walk in here, no, I know this is Suzanne's. It should almost be that, oh my God, is this also Suzanne's? Right. You know what I mean? So I want to reach that aspect of the umbrella being that wide. So everything is, of course, you might feel a little touch of something that is like I like metal. I really like to use a lot of certain materials. I prefer to use, natural, original materials. I do not use synthetic materials. I do not like to use materials that are artificial. So these certain things, yes, I have that, like a quirk. But beyond that, the design and the style and the influence of what time and space it comes from, that all keeps changing. Yeah.
It's an interesting take. In fact, that reminds me of a quote that the only thing constant in life is change.
Exactly.
Right? And I think you beautifully, imbibed that in your career. Right? Vishal, now you're introducing a concept of bespoke homes, right? In a city like Mumbai, in a building, right? How are you kind of implementing that with the various permutation and combination of jodis? How are you bringing that to life?
So, Mayank, when we say we want to do bespoke homes, what we are actually trying to do is we are trying to give control to the customer, but also ensuring that there is no chaos. We've planned the structure in such a way that it allows for a lot of flexibility in terms of spatial planning and services and MEP and all of that. But it will also fit beautifully within the design framework. Why we are doing bespoke, if I may add, what we're trying, because we believe that the customer that we are targeting is very evolved. Unfortunately, the housing, the provision that we are currently seeing isn't being able to keep pace with their requirements and their sensibilities. So by providing bespoke homes or custom tailored homes, what we are trying to do is we are allowing them to plan their lifestyle the way they would want, spread it out across the carpet area that they would require. We are planning apartments ranging from 2,500 to 10,000 square feet, bare shell, of course, and some of which, of course, Suzanne will also in turn design, because I'm sure people are going to love the way she's doing the common areas, and it's now going to work the other way. The common areas will now flow into their residences. They're so beautifully designed. That's what customers would want. So that's what we are trying to do by Bespoke. We are making them, we're keeping it open for the customers to define how they want to live.
5 minutes ago you told me that both of you all went through all the details, like how should the lift door be, and you just spoke about how evolved today's consumer is, right? How do you select what type of, and this is for both of you all because you all have worked as a team on this, how did you all select what type of amenities to give in the common areas for the residents? Did you have a certain audience in mind when you spoke of like how evolved the buyer is?
So I think that normally you look at the demographic of where we are and the families that in this part of the city, and what exactly would they really want to have in their building? What would they want in their property? So I think that, of course, very importantly, gymnasium. People love